Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. Let me share a stunning statistic with you. The share of the population who gave a gift to a public official, in addition to official fees for accessing services, has fallen from 18.4% in 2024 to 14.3% in the first half of 2025. Today, we'll walk you through the findings from the Governance Series with 2 survey that we are launching in commemoration of the 2025 African Statistics Day. This work continues what we started earlier in the year, in May, when Wave 1 established Ghana's national baseline on governance indicators like contact with public officials, bribery, inclusiveness, and responsiveness. Let's start with why this matters. Governance is not a technical concept sitting in a textbook. It is simply the way decisions are made, how public institutions behave, and how services reach the people. When we talk about inclusiveness, we are asking whether citizens feel they have a say in public affairs. When we talk about responsiveness, we are asking whether people feel leaders listen and take their concerns seriously. And when we speak about bribery, we are referring to money, gifts, or favors exchanged to influence an official action. The results from our survey help Ghana track progress on SDG 16, which focuses on peace, justice, and strong institutions. By measuring bribery, citizens' voice, and how responsive our systems feel, the survey shows whether our institutions are becoming fairer and more accountable, or where we will need to improve. Wave 2 allows us to see what has changed within 6 months and what those changes mean for households, businesses, and the wider public. Wave 2 data was collected from 28 July to 20th August 2025. The reference period was January to June 2025. The reference period for Wave 1 was January to December 2024. Here is a picture that emerges from the survey. First, contact with public officials has increased sharply. The share of respondents who interacted with a public official rose from 55.7% in Wave 1 to 74.2% in Wave 2. Most people had between 2 and 5 contacts. Men were more likely than women to report very frequent contact, and adults aged 30 to 49 recorded the highest engagement. Urban residents and people with higher education also had more interactions. More contact is good when services work well, but it also raises the risk of exposure to bribery. The encouraging news is that bribery fell. The proportion of people who gave money or a gift dropped from 18.4% to 14.3%. High-value payments, especially those above 1,000 Ghana cedis, also declined sharply from 15.6% to 6.6%. But the story is not uniform. Some regions saw increases, and we observed a rise in informal favors, especially among women and rural residents. A second shift is how payments happen. Officials are now less likely to request money directly, yet more citizens say they offered a payment voluntarily, often as appreciation or to speed up a process. This signals a movement from coercion towards normalization. At the same time, reporting of bribery to official or non-official anti-corruption institution has fallen sharply. Only 6 out of every 100 people who paid an unofficial amount reported it to an institution compared to 15 out of 100 in Wave 1. This points to deep concerns about trust, fear of backlash, or a belief that reporting would not lead to change. Third, perceptions of inclusiveness and responsiveness have improved across the country. More Ghanaians now feel they have a voice in public decision-making. Those who felt they had no say at all fell from 42.4% in 2024 to 29.2% in the first half of 2025. Similarly, the share of those saying the system does not allow influence at all reduced from 43.4% to 32.5%. But gaps remain. Women, young people, persons with difficulties, and the unemployed still feel less included and influencing, even though all groups improved between wave 1 and wave 2. Finally, when we look at what citizens expect from government over the next 6 months, two priorities dominate. More than half, or 52.6%, want better infrastructure and stronger public services, roads, utilities, health facilities, and schools. Another quarter, or 25.9%, want economic stability, jobs, and business support. These two expectations alone account for nearly 80% of all responses. So, what should we take from this? Ghanaians are using more public services. Bribery has declined but has become more subtle. Citizens feel more heard, yet some groups continue to feel left out. And the national message is clear: fix basic services and stabilize the economy. Going forward, several practical steps stand out. 1. Strengthen engagement between institutions and citizens. 2. Target the institutions where bribery concentrates, such as traffic enforcement, utilities, and specific administrative services, and implement monitored service standards, public dashboards, and strict complaint handling mechanisms. 3. Protect vulnerable groups through the provision of accessible service channels. And 4. Expand automation of public services where possible to minimize face-to-face interaction. In fact, there is also the need to ensure that reports of bribery trigger timely, visible action. Let me end by saying this: governance improves when institutions act with integrity and people feel their voices matter. Wave 2 shows progress, but it also shows where we still have work to do. Our role is to provide the evidence. The responsibility to act on it belongs to all of us. Let me use this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation to the hardworking staff of Ghana Statistical Service, our field staff, and our respondents who made this work possible. The Ghana Statistical Service remains fully committed to giving the country data it can trust. Our work is to deliver information that is clear, timely, and grounded in evidence, so leaders, businesses, researchers, and households can make decisions that genuinely improve lives and strengthen our national institutions. Thank you very much.